Shirley's district.
Agbaya, 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 Agbaya.
Cheese, come on, live in the flesh. In the flesh, we are live. It's the Agbaya Show. Make sure you like and subscribe. You know you're tuned in with your fine boy, Damo Veli Stanfield. Can I get a round of applause? Come on, man. I always tell the people them a round of applause because nobody wants to clap for a good-looking guy. You know them ones there, fam. But, you know, it's another week. Another blessing, man. I like... Just, you know, I'm just thankful, man, because every week that goes by, I feel like even if we have L's within the week, by the end of the week, it turns into a W. And like, I just pray that anyone going through any sudden thing, anything that they feel like, they're I just pray that anyone going through any hard times, like, good times are coming. They were there. Like, good times are coming. And obviously, with that being said, like, got another good guest in the house. And like this one, bruv, we go way back. Way back into time. Come on, fam. Like, man's got the honor. Like, I'm honored to introduce man like Dexter.
Thank you, brother.
Brother, hey, I got a clap for you now, bruv.
Thank you, man. Cheers, man.
Look at the way you're looking. You're so stylish. What's all this?
I don't know. I feel like I'm having a down day today as well.
Oh, serious?
Man. Yeah. So
bruh, if you're
appreciate the love.
If you're saying you're having a down day, the way I'm looking, bruv, I must be looking homeless, bruv.
You come correct, man. You look good.
No, come on, man. How was the driving? You came in on the motorbike.
It was good. I think as we're saying, I saw the weather wasn't looking too great, and then everything else. I was gonna just take the car, but I thought I'd chance it on the motorbike. And, it wasn't too bad actually. It's only like 30 minutes.
That's not bad, fam.
Yeah, dipping and diving.
And when I just saw this guy, coming with motorbike helmet, I said, I said, be careful, oh.
Yeah.
This road is dangerous. No, I'm joking, man. No, but obviously, like, Dexter, thank you for coming on, man.
No, thank you for having me, man. I've been a fan for a hot minute,
Yeah.
I've been a fan for a hot minute.
My brother. And I can't even lie, it's been long coming. Like, definitely always wanted to get you on. Like, I remember, I think we even, when I met you, saw you at a train. I think Elizabeth,
bumped into you at Abbey Wood.
Yeah, and I was like, shit, that's right my guy, longest. And then that's when I just said, nah, I gotta get this guy on, man. You know them ones there. But obviously, before we go on to anything right now, like, just want you to, tell the people them who you are, what you do, where you're from.
Mad. So if you caught me on a normal day, I'll just say, I'm Dex. But if we're giving full introductions, name is Dexter Dapper Johnson. I'm an international artistic director for TONI&GUY, brand ambassador for Label.M, and just for a general average Joe, cut it for a living, try to make people feel good about themselves, and luckily enough, it's enabled me to travel the world. So here we are.
Jeez, come on, my guy, brother. Man said Dexter Dapper Johnson.
Yeah, I have to give full names.
I had to, See, the way I just said introduce Dexter, I gotta say introducing Dexter Dapper Johnson. Come on, fam. I like, bro, that's sick, and we're gonna get into all of that. You know, them ones there. Like, thank you for coming on once again. And, bruv, we're moving on to Agbaya of the week.
Let's go, man.
Obviously, I showed you the content, and
man.
This is nonsense. I mean, I believe they were paying a tribute to Windrush. People who suffered from the Windrush incident, and like, obviously they illustrated some pictures of them.
Sure.
And now we're seeing that people have vandalized those pictures. Like, sometimes you sit there and think, why?
Why? It's a simple question of why. Do you know what? I think a lot of the times it comes down to ignorance and lack of understanding. Like, from way back when they erected a statue in Waterloo Station, I think it was, and I was there for it. And even now, I was there at Waterloo the other day. In a way, I wouldn't necessarily go as far to say desecrating it, but the way people are just chilling on it, like, prop up their feet just to, tie their shoelaces and stuff. It's a bit mental. It's a bit mental. But I think from what I saw, because when I originally saw it, because it's a picture I'm recollecting it, I'm an Arsenal fan, so the guy was in an Arsenal shirt, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I thought, is this an advertisement? And then I actually delved into it. I thought, okay, part of the Windrush, and just to go and vandalise it for no apparent reason, I think it just comes down to a lack of understanding.
Complete.
And I think we had it from when we were kids. I think it's a lack of understanding from things not being taught us in school.
Yeah.
Maybe the home education.
Yeah.
You know, that then translates into fear, because there's all these different things that, you know, change the nuance of certain things. But I think fear, lack of understanding plays a massive component as to why people would do that.
It's crazy. I mean, like, obviously, little bit of context as well. Obviously, Dexter and I, we went to the same school as well.
Yeah.
So, like, even when you're saying the whole lack of understanding, like, even, like, moving from the ends to Kent, coming to St. Columbus, even dealing with the racial abuse and whatnot. Like, as we grow up now, it's just a case of realizing most of these people just didn't understand. Like, it's a lack of education, understanding. They just thought that maybe they heard something on TV. They thought it was cool to say, and maybe they came into school and said the same thing. Not realizing the consequences that could lead to that. You know to after, you understand? And it's just one of them ones, like, I'm just like, why? You know the ones there, like, you just sit, like, some of these people have gone through bad things, in life. Yeah. Like, my normal nature is to sort of comfort them, you know, help. Why would I turn around and add to the...
add to the trauma, you know. I think I'm a big believer, you know, every action has a reaction. And I'm a big believer on, you know, accountability, taking a stance on what you've done, ownership and stuff like that. And I think, you know, everything could be minimalised. If you don't quite understand something, just go out and find the information. Have a nice chat. I always remember I was out uptown with a couple of the boys, and I think it wasn't too long after we came out of lockdown. And some guy was giving it to one of the lads, and he was just giving it. And we were just all chilled and stuff. I think one of the lads said something along the lines of, you know, I'm going to buy you a drink. Whatever grievance or lack of understanding you have with me or me and mine, you know, I'm going to buy you a drink, we're going to sit down, we can have a chat. If we get to the end of this point and you and I don't understand each other, let bygones be bygones. But if I have enough temerity and you have enough about you to help me sway your opinion, or at least at the end we can agree to disagree, let that be that. And this just came in, and the guy didn't know how to react, because he was goading for a reaction. He obviously wanted a little bit of something. And I don't think that always needs to be the way. And I think hatred isn't even the forefront of things. Like I said, it comes from the lack of understanding, the lack of education, and then that transcends into the hatred and everything else and all of the other disdain and whatnot.
100%.
But I think if you're open, first of all, to have a calm and educated and clear and concise chat about something, that's the hardest thing to do. Because even if you find something difficult to talk about, if you're open to change, doesn't mean you have to change. But if you're open to change, it can play a big part.
100%.
And I think that will eradicate everything. Well, not everything, bearing in mind, but a lot of stuff.
It will eradicate a lot of stuff. But it's just like you said, if you're not open to changing, there's no hope in even... And
that's where it comes down to that ignorance, man.
You understand? And like... It's sad, man, because a lot of people, we have Caribbean friends, and I'm sure some of their people, them in the family, have suffered from the Windrush.
100%.
Man. And like knowing that they're probably suffering from looking at these pictures of their things being defaced and vandalized. It's just like, what the hell? Like, after what they've done for the country, like they've come into the country, they've actually helped build the country, add to the, you know, to the value of this country. 100%. And now to just be, just be sort of swept under the carpet, like, get out of here.
Yeah, it's mad.
We don't want your pictures and whatnot. It's sad. And obviously, like, I don't even want to talk too heavy on this because, it can start getting dark. And, you know, there was there. So, listen, the people that, you know, out there vandalizing murals, vandalizing important material, things that actually mean things to families out there.
Sure.
That people can actually look back maybe 30, 50 years knowing that, you know what? This happened, but at least right now they're honouring them. You know them on there, and now, you know, they can't even look at that properly because the glass is cracked.
Yeah, you can't change the past, but you can make a change with regards to the future.
Exactly. And listen, people, them, like, please, man, like, I would like to think it was maybe like young kids.
Yeah.
But then
Didn't
you
know
sit
any
there and
better.
think, didn't know any better.
Yeah.
But then sometimes, let's say CCTV was on that night and we had a look. It could probably be middle-aged men.
grown-ass person.
Yeah, man. And it's just like, come on. It doesn't... It's sad. It's so sad because nobody rates it. I'm telling you, I even feel like... I know this sounds mad. I don't even feel like racist people rate racist people. I don't even think they rate their own. Because sometimes one of them might just say, bro, you're going a bit too far.
Yeah.
And before you know it, it's like, why are we even racist?
Yeah, you just got to call out. It's like it's bad. You just got to call it out.
Call it out, man. But listen,
yeah.
people, them, like, you lot are the Agbaya of the week.
Agbaya.
Let's move on. I don't want to be, man. It's good days, man. I got my guy in the building. Not trying to talk about, vandalism and all of that. But obviously, we're moving on to the quiz time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hit me.
Come on. And obviously, I know you're comfortable now. You get me? So, Agbaya of the week is over. Quiz time. Obviously, it's out of 5 people. It could be actors. It could be food. It could be sports. You're a football fan?
Big football fan, man.
Who do you support?
I'm Arsenal.
Arsenal, come on, Arsenal. I heard you say it before, but I just wanted you to say it again, just to let the people hear it. You've got 2 Arsenal fans in the building. So obviously, you ready?
Yeah, hit me.
The first one, Idris Elba or Liam Neeson.
Do you know what? I'm big into my movies.
Yeah.
There's a funny anecdote because I can't get past anything when anyone says Liam Neeson. I just can't get past Taken. I can't get past Taken. Him on the phone.
I'm gonna find you.
Yeah, there's a running joke with me and the lads. I think Idris also being a Salone Bobber.
Come on.
I think I've got to go with my boy.
Come on, Idris, yeah.
He's got a diverse portfolio. I actually watched his latest film last night with John Cena.
You know what's so funny, yeah? The guests that just left, they were talking about it as well. That it's quite a good show.
It's good. For what I can't even say for what it is, because each film has its own nuance. It has its own category, and it's there to polarize. And it's just jokes. It's got the comedy. It's got the action. It's got something about it, man.
Jeez, come on.
vibe.
Next one.
Yeah.
We're gonna go to football now. Kevin De Bruyne
Yeah.
or Mesut Ozil.
Do you know what? This is probably going to be blasphemous because as a football fan, I have to respect both of them.
Yeah.
I think Ozil
Yeah.
for what he did, especially at Madrid. But I think when you're putting certain things on the plate and you've got Ronaldo to finish them,
Yeah.
your assists are always going to be high. I think Kevin, like Ozil's a G. Let's not get it twisted.
Yeah.
But I think Kevin, for what he's done for an elongated period, we're talking about Champions League, we're talking about Premier League. I don't know. I think, and he's grabbed it by the scruff of the legs.
Crazy.
You know how Stevie G used to do for Liverpool from time to time. Not all the time, but and we had that like with Tony Adams. Someone just stand up, take the mantle.
Yeah.
Drogba for Chelsea. I think I gotta go De Bruyne.
De Bruyne, yeah?
Yeah, I got De
Jeez,
Bruyne.
you know what? Funny enough, I asked this before to someone.
Yeah.
They said Ozil. They were like, De Bruyne never played for Madrid, man. He could never get to the Madrid team.
Do you know what? I think I was where was I at the other day? And someone was showing me. I don't know if you've seen Ozil lately.
He's wham,
He's big. He's a
wham.
big boy. So if Ozil was rocking with that kind of strength now, that physicality, he'll be a whole different animal.
Yeah.
With the techers, the understanding he's got here, the life, because he was always, for me, that Berbatov sort of mold.
Yeah.
He wasn't going to run around. He was a luxury footballer and stuff. But if he had the strength to see, because I've seen him getting bodied.
Crazy.
Seeing bodied, like when... see, I'm getting wound up now. When United used to come and I'm seeing Lingard dance at the Emirates, scoring goals, and I
That
think,
used to hurt me, man.
as Lingard bodying like Ozil and stuff, things like that. It just used to really irk me. But I think if we could be having a different conversation if Ozil had that muscle mass that size.
But I think it would be bad slow, man.
Yeah. But I think he didn't do any running anyway. So yeah, at least he protect the ball. So yeah. But
Okay.
no, De Bruyne.
De Bruyne. All right, next one. Wretch 3-2
Okay.
or Young Teflon.
I think Wretch 3-2.
Yeah.
Because I think in the early days, or I said the early days, we all knew about him, you know, on the road and stuff like that. And I think I've seen a lot of rappers, I don't know if this is the right terminology, where they've become commercialized, not even rappers, artists.
Yeah.
Where they become commercialized. Like, and you either like, you sail on, or you just languish,
Yeah.
the sort of thing. I don't want to, because I don't know who's going to watch this, but I see like Chip was there with Chris Brown doing his thing, and everyone was like, oh, that's a pop music and stuff like this. But I just like what Rich has done now. Like his things, you see aesthetically how he looks and stuff. I see my man walking for Label.M, you know, like doing his thing. I think he's just diversified his portfolio as well as being big in the music game, because like Rich is still Rich, you know. Like let's not get it twisted. I think, and obviously the age I'm at, there's a little bit of a, I don't know if this is, I should pause here, but a little bit of soft spot, so to speak. Because obviously you grew up sort of listening to the music.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Don't go.
Yeah, you know.
Don't know where you came from.
It's there.
But obviously, what, compared to Young Teflon?
Do you know what? I'm showing my age, because obviously when I'm in work and when I'm with a lot of the younger generation, they're playing this music religiously. And sometimes I'm like, okay, I hear it. I'm listening to the beats. I'm listening to this, but I don't know. Rich is just always there. I'm an old guard. Yeah. I'm an old guard when it comes to
it's sort of like, let's say, Young Teflon, don't get me wrong, he sort of appeals to a certain
demographic.
Yeah. And I guess if you're sometimes if you're not sort of living that sort of lifestyle or whatnot, can't really relate to it. Whereas Rich 32, he's more, like you said, commercialized. I feel like with Young Teflon now, he's trying to get out there a bit more. He's starting to work. Because me personally, I feel like he's one of the, to me, he's probably top 3 rappers in the UK for me. Yeah, Young Teflon is cold. Like very, 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 very skilled. But the problem is just that, you know, sometimes where you're, I don't want to say stuck, but when you're in like your comfort zone.
Oh, massively, 100%. There was a time where I didn't even listen to, people were playing new, like we're talking, I don't know, I don't even know any, from like pop, R&B, hip hop, any sort of genre. I didn't know what it is, because I was riding a motorbike so often. Everything was just Spotify, play my favorite hits.
Okay.
So I wasn't hearing anything. And then people were coming out. Like, I remember the first time I think I heard one of the students play D Block. And I was like, I think it was D Block Prada.
Oh, D Block Europe, yeah.
And I was like, how, you know, when everyone's going crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, how have I not heard this? I think there's another one, Swarms. They're just.
No, I know what you mean. You know what?
And I was like, what? Where have I been?
We're showing our age now, because because honestly, like, I'll be real. Even on my Spotify, I'll probably listen to the same maybe 10 songs.
It's true.
It's like I hear most of these new songs, and I'm like, what is this nonsense? You're still talking about this?
That's how our parents used to come.
You know, it's just like, because you know sometimes you like it, but then it's just like, nah, man, this is getting too much. Like, I can't really listen all day to gang. I need to hear some love songs, maybe.
Do you know what? This is, and again, this is where I'm at. Like, I'm here with my Jodeci, my H-Town, my Johnny Gill, my New Edition. Like that's me through and through. And then I'll put a little bit of some of these Sweet Boy songs, and everyone's like, okay, are you feeling a little bit emotional? Like, what's going on? And I'm just like, nah, this is good music, you know? Yeah, it's different.
All right, cool. You say Rich 32.
Yeah.
Next thing.
Okay.
This one's going to be funny. Obviously, Nigerian jollof rice or Sloan jollof rice.
You know, I've got to back my own. All day long. Especially when mum's cooking it.
Hey, come on. You know
I have to back my own.
Yeah?
I have to back my own. Yeah.
Obviously, shout out to Remington. Obviously, another Sloan Bobo. You get me? Like, obviously, when he was on the Agbaya Show, you know, I remember we always used to go back and forth. Nigerian jollof rice, Sloan. Then he actually bought some for me that his mum made, and it was going off.
It's a different.
I fuck with Salon jollof rice. I'll be real.
It's a real one.
Yeah, you represent your own.
Yeah, man. I've got obviously.
Okay.
Niger jollof rice. Yeah. It's there. It's top tier.
Come on.
I have to speak the truth, but I think I don't know. There's the special quality when your mum, your sister, they make it. I don't know. There's something there.
No place like home, bro.
Yeah, when you go back home, there's something in it. There's something in it.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many have we done? We done 4, or we done
4? I think we had actors, music, football, and rice. Yeah,
yes.
4.
Okay. All right. Rogue
Oh, okay.
or Storm.
Man. Like, I grew up like comic book shops every Thursday, getting my Marvel limited collection.
Yeah.
I was Black Panther.
Yeah.
You know, I was T'Challa. I wanted to be married to Storm,
Jeez.
but Rogue,
Oh, he's
like it's a it's a whole different animal, isn't it?
Bro, it's a, you know, funny enough,
Yeah.
like growing up, what was it, Fox Kids?
Yeah.
Yeah, X-Men.
Yeah,
And when
she's
I used to see Rogue, yeah, don't get me wrong, Storm,
Storm's elite.
She's elite. That's
she's
top
a
tier.
queen. You know, she's ethereal. She holds herself well.
Yeah.
But this is what I'm saying. You know, similar to how you're describing Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
That's how it's mad to say. That's how I feel about a cartoon character. Like, that's how I feel about Rogue. You know, I'm out here like, rah, Gambit. You're like proper Bayou boy. I want to be you. You know.
Yeah.
Like, even though she can't touch you, like your life's done. I wanted a bit of Rogue growing up.
Hey, bro, I wanted Rogue, man. Like,
Yeah.
but it's literally she cut. Like, that is so mad of a power. Like,
Yeah, it's different. It's a whole different vibe. It's a whole.
well,
different
when
vibe.
you see her just kiss someone and that's it, just
all
power's
them
gone.
babes and everything, you're done. You're
No,
done and
but
dusted.
bro, like, you know what? Yeah,
You'd risk it though, wouldn't you?
bro, man, risk it, bro. Risk it, man. The quick 2 seconds. Cut. Nah, joke. Like and subscribe. But obviously, that's crazy. Like, I feel like they should actually do like maybe a story of Rogue's life.
100%. They need like a little origin story.
Yeah.
I think now with all the, all the different things that we have, you got this Disney Plus. I've always said, I think I love cinema. I love movies, but I'll be the first to say it's saturated with like gimmicks and superheroes. As much as I love them, like this is my childhood being brought to life. I think the origin stories and the small things should be saved for like the Disney Plus and Netflix, the Amazon, how it is. And when it comes to the big things, because I remember cinema being a treat. There used to be one down in Woolwich, one at the church now.
Yeah.
And I used to go there, even seeing something silly like the Emperor's New Clothes, the Emperor's New Groove or Shrek or something. And it was like, this is a big thing. And then you had to wait for God knows how long for it to come out of VHS. Now everything's disposable. This whole nuance of things is gone.
Let me tell you, bruv, maybe a month ago, I realized that Sinners is out on digital screens.
Yeah.
And I was like, what did this film out like?
Yeah.
Just maybe a month ago, 6 weeks ago.
They
in
have
the
a
cinema.
limited timeline of like when it used to be, we'll just drain it in a cinema until, there's no money. Because, if you're a fan, you're going 2-3 times.
Yeah, of course.
Especially where everyone their little cinema cards, whatever it is. But now there's like a small window, like 3 weeks, and then they pay the rights. Like Sinners is out on, I think it's Amazon now.
Yeah,
and you can pay. Okay, it's home entertainment. It's there, but
it's crazy, man.
It's a I don't know. It's a feel, but in the same breath, I understand because why are you gonna go cinema? Pay like £20 for a ticket, £20 for a hot dog, burger, popcorn, whatever it is. Yeah, when you can sit at home and watch it.
Literally, you just go to maybe Asda, pick a mix.
Yeah, this is it. You're sorted.
Stuff,
You're sorted. You're sorted.
It's interesting, man. But obviously, so we're saying Storm, yeah. Oh, who did you say, Storm or Rogue?
Oh, do you know what?
Who did? No, you said Rogue.
Do you know what? I did say Rogue.
Yeah.
But I'm saying Storm just for the lineage,
But you know what? Just to let you know, both can coexist. So you can
I'll
choose
take both of them.
Yeah, both.
I did choose Charlotte Johansson, so I take both of them, innit? Yeah.
Like and subscribe, brother. Come on, man. And that's the end of the quiz time. Like, listen, like, I feel like I like the quiz moment because that just sort of allows some people to just, come out of their comfort zone and sure. Be themselves, and just you tend to find out like now. I just found out you're a big Marvel fan.
Yeah, big time.
And it's just like these sort of things, these sort of conversations just happen and make the quiz happen, wouldn't it? Obviously, right now it's all about Dexter, Dapper, Johnson. Come on, the fashionista in the building, fam. This guy is just making me look so crap on camera, fam. Bro, editor, listen. make sure you paint my glasses. Paint my teeth white. Maybe add earring on me. You know, maybe do tattoo on my neck. Not joking. But bro, listen, like, come on, man. Like, I've seen you from secondary school.
Yeah, man.
Like, became a hairstylist. Like, you're doing the fashion thing now.
Yeah.
To the point now that you just look even just very influential. I wouldn't say influential, very inspirational.
Oh, mad. I appreciate that. Thank
Bro,
you, bro.
like,
Thank
no,
you,
come on, man. Like, gotta give the bros always give the bros the flowers. And I just want to ask, like, where did this stem from? Like, what made you even want to get into, you know, the fashion world, the hairstylist world?
Do you know what? It was, you know, I've said this a few times. So if you're watching it, you know the story. If you don't, you know, I'm going to drop it to you again.
Come on.
You know, I was in sort of limbo. I was just figuring out what to do. You know, coming out of different like little avenues I've been doing for like a long period of time. I was doing the A levels, you know, sociology, English.
Come on.
And I remember it was my one of my best friends, partner at the time, and she was like, you know, there's something about you, Dex. You know, you like doing stuff with your hair. You know, you're not the conventional lad that lives in Kent South East.
Wait, hold on. Before Dexter carries on, yeah. Because when I heard you like doing what you do, yeah. If you saw how this guy's hair was back in the days, hey, come on, my guy. But carry on.
Yeah, I've had the blondes, the blues, the pinks. You know, man's moving like a mini Dennis Rodman out there. Yeah, you know, dreads, the full lot. But yeah, she was like, you know, I work for Graham Webb. You know, you should get into hair. You should get into this because I didn't like the idea of university. Like, I'm a massive introvert. Yeah. No one ever believes me. If you get to know me, you know, I'm a massive introvert. Even the thing of, you know, what's it called, Freshers Week, sent me sideways, and I just didn't like the schooling system in that sense. And I was also seeing it from a demographic where a lot of my pals, when they left school at 15, 16, were getting apprenticeships. We're talking, you know, leckies, bricklayers, you know, carpentry, everything, and really earning their craft and at a good wage, and you know, rocketing pretty quickly. She was like, you know, doing apprenticeships of some kind. But then also coming from the background that I am, I remember I sort of broached it to a few people, and they were like, "Nah, that's a loose end job. You know, you don't do that.
It's crazy, isn't it?
This is mad." And you know, I was always told, boys like you don't do things like that. But she literally dragged me, helped me write my CV, and I handed in my CV to 9 or 10 different. I'm talking about big industry salons, academies and stuff, and only one got back to me, and that was TONI&GUY, who obviously I work for now. And Marcus offered me the job, but because funding and the apprenticeships were played out differently. You had to be 16. You got your government funding for like 2-3 years. So I was only allowed a year.
What, Marcus Barber?
No, not Marcus Barber. Marcus Chandler.
Oh,
yeah.
I was thinking Marcus, but Willis Barber.
No. But I know of him now.
Come on.
And and it was like, even that, when I remember when I first was going into it, I remember like I was at Chris and Barber's.
Yeah.
It was Mark there, and I remember I was talking to him, and I was like, you know, what's this barbering thing like? Barbering wasn't even on my radar. It was just strictly hairdressing, and I always remember like it was Mark, Mike Green, all these ones, like big inspirations. So, like, you know, do your thing. I was seeing Mike Green doing, obviously the JLS boys doing his thing with Sony and stuff. So I always wanted to elevate myself to that. But yeah, I got the job. Had to do 3 years worth of work in a year. Jeez. Luckily, I've got a good network of people that came in, backed it for me. You know, we was touching on it a little bit earlier on. And yeah, people were taking afternoons, morning off work and stuff. We had the boom of social media where Facebook was becoming a thing. So I was constantly putting posts, not Facebook, Instagram. Yeah. Constantly putting posts and stuff, Facebook group chats, just trying to let anyone and everyone just like, let me do the hair for free. Jeez. Free haircuts, practice. And then just one day, I guess the penny just dropped and everything sort of came into place. And, you know, overnight just... No, do you know what? I think that's disrespectful to the people that obviously grafted with me and maybe even to myself. It was obviously a work in progress.
Your stuff, bro.
Yeah, it was a work in progress, but it felt very much like overnight.
Yeah.
The whole scenery and the whole landscape changed.
Okay.
Especially from all different aspects where social media became more prevalent.
Yeah.
It was people were understanding the nuance of what other people want. And would I say I became a commodity? Yes or no? I'm very aware of why I became a commodity in certain situations.
Come on.
But I think I realised I had to deliver the goods quickly.
Okay.
Yeah, man, and that's how it went. And now we're nearly 18 years deep into the game.
18
Yeah,
years.
and it's come out well. It's come out well.
No, bro, I'm happy for you,
Yeah,
man. And like, it's like, I think one thing I want to touch on, that you mentioned, like, guys like you don't do that kind of job.
Yeah.
And I think it's just like, even from stemming from an African household as well, like, doctor, lawyer, pilot, engineer.
Yeah.
Maybe I want to be a hairstylist, or maybe I want to do construction. You want to do what?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
doctor, lawyer. So it's like, we kind of, in a way, a lot of us kind of missed out on the opportunity to get apprenticeships because we just were just sort of shown that school and education is the only thing.
Yeah, the be all end all.
The be all end all. And obviously education is key.
Yeah.
But skills, acquiring a skill at a young age is probably more important.
Yeah.
Because it can probably even propel you into that life faster than maybe education can.
Yeah.
And obviously, I'm not trying to tell people don't do education. I'm basically saying that, like, uni isn't the be all and end all.
Yeah, it's true. I think that was definitely my truth, because whether it was stemming from different aspects of anxiety and not wanting to do stuff, and even to a certain extent put myself out there, because as a young lad I wasn't necessarily ready to put myself out there. But like having a good network of people that would like push me in the direction, and my mum, obviously, your mum's your mum. Like she was like, whatever you want to do, you do it. If you want to be a binman, you be the best binman you want to do.
Come on.
If you want to go back to sports or football or whatever it is, physio, you go and do that. If you want to do something with health and social care, you go and do that. She always backed it, where I was getting from other people where even if I said hairdressing, it was like, okay, but you got to go in this direction. Don't do hairdressing, do fashion. And I was always told, like Oswald Boating, obviously big black designer, I was like, when you do that, or even when I managed to coach people around, like, this is what I'm going to do, it's like, okay, well, you got to be like Errol Douglas. Errol Douglas MBE. And it was like, oh, wow. We're talking MBE. This man's like, this is the queen, Errol Douglas MBE. How are you going to put that much pressure on someone to do that? And now I'm in a position where I get to chat to Errol. I get to chill with him. Have lunch with him. And, and it's mad when I think about the little things where people are like, you got to surpass that. You got to be on there. And now I think, okay, so maybe we are working in the right direction. And finally, these people can shut down. But the education side of thing, I think I'm seeing a lot more people now in later life go back to what I would call night school and education. Even myself, I've done my TACWA, my A1, all my teaching qualifications. So I can teach and pass people off, because I realised from the young awkward guy that I was, I wanted to fester different people's inhibitions and make them grow. So if you get a shy young straight man or young black man or a culturally diverse background, I can say, I can try and be some form of a role model.
Yeah.
Even if it's a young girl, I can speak to her from a different outlet and say, this is what you can do.
Yeah.
You got all the tools. You got definitely different bits to your repertoire. We can add more, and this is it.
And I think I found that sick, because it's like sometimes even people that come on on the podcast, it's like one thing I tend to sort of figure out and realize is that we all come from sometimes a background or upbringing where we may not have had people help us, be there for us when we really needed them. And now it's coming to a point that now we are putting ourselves in that place to help those at times where we needed help and no one's there for us.
100%. Yeah, you have to change the systematic system. Like trauma and different bonds that have been passed down. Like, I'm lucky. I've never necessarily had any of that, but I'm very aware of other people that have.
Yeah.
And I think we need to be in a position where, we know ourselves enough, we're content with ourselves enough, and we're secure with ourselves enough to be like, okay, this is what I have to contend with, and this is what I'm going to do to validate it and remedy it.
Yeah.
And this is what I can then do for someone else. Because I always feel if you're not complete, how are you going to give yourself away to, or bits of yourself away to anyone, whether that's a relationship, friendship. You know, you need to be completely whole for yourself. And there's nothing wrong with putting a pause on something and saying stop to whoever, work, friends. I need time for myself.
100%.
Yeah.
And like, okay, it's one of them ones. Even like putting a halt, you know, to operations and whatnot. I want to talk about challenges, because sometimes you might have had to just, maybe something's happened that you might have to say, you know what, I need to stop this for the time being and focus on whatnot. Or maybe it could have been a case of you could have been close to actually giving up completely.
Oh,
like,
man.
tell us about that.
Do you know what? Even like in the exception, like obviously the company I work for, global brand, really cool, support, like from the beginning to now.
Yeah.
But going into such a big global brand, I still view myself as a nobody, an average Joe. Yeah, you know, like I don't know, you know, from an early days they've backed it, but I think the different pockets of the industry itself is mental, and I've seen it do a 180 like quickly. So I remember, you know, like I said, I was training. Obviously, I had my friends, different demographics. We're talking like black, white, yeah, Asian, Haitian, like anything. I sound like I'm doing some sort of like little monologue or song. You know, it was there, like different genres. But I remember the early days. It was like I think it was like a Canadian woman that was over.
Yeah.
And this was back when I was working in the shop, like religiously, and she'd had her hair coloured, and it was like the assistants come and blow dry her hair. I'm not just talking a blow dry, I'm not cutting, just like hair dry, brush, I'm gonna smooth out your hair.
Yeah.
She just looked at me, clear as day, and said, "Are you sure you can do my hair?"
Right.
Took me a hot minute. Like I thought about it, and I thought, okay, like what do you mean? She goes, "Well, you're black. Do you know how to do my hair?" Like said it outright. Obviously, my boy Marcus, the manager and my mentor, came over and just shut it down quickly and said, "Look, he's more than capable of doing it." And I've seen people when they've been in that situation, but this has always been my mindset. I was like, I've seen people down tools and be like, "I'm not doing it." But he just pulled me aside and said, "Show what you're about." So I blow dried her hair, and she had to come quick and correct herself and be like, "Thank you. It's a lovely blow dry. If I'm ever back, I'm coming again." And it wasn't until like 3 or 4 years later she came and found me in Covent Garden and had a nice little blow dry and stuff like that. But it's funny, like there's so many different things. This is me with my telephone voice, people. Like, I'm putting it on. I think quintessentially, I probably sound a little bit more common, as your friend down the corridor was saying. And maybe it's just, I don't know, nature versus nurture. But obviously, coupled with the whole full name, you know, just breaking it down, Dexter Johnson or Dex Johnson. Naturally, everyone always thinks this is not what I look like.
Yeah.
Especially when they talk to him on a blower, it's like, okay. So when they meet me, it's like I then think, not necessarily now, but definitely in the past, thought, and I've always got to work doubly hard. I've had that mentality.
Yeah.
Always. That's something that's been instilled in me, and it had to be like that. Like, if you do something a little bit wild, especially growing up in the area that we did, I'm going to stand out more.
Yeah.
And stuff. Now, I know I've been blessed with a group of friends I've had since between the age of 6 and 11.
Yeah.
That will back it for me all day long. And it's just in the industry, there's been little pockets of that will rear its ugly head.
Yeah.
But then in the same breath, I've been called now to do jobs. And I think, well, are they calling me to do jobs because they potentially know my skill set? Are they calling me to do jobs because they know the name? Or are they calling me because they might see me on LinkedIn and just thought, okay, I've had a little run through of his thing. I haven't looked too deep. I haven't looked too tough. The experience is there, but he fits a bill of doing this. And there was a little bit of that where I was even getting a little bit annoyed because I thought, you know, I worked hard to try and be in a position that I'm in. Don't just be like, okay, he fits a bill. And there's times I just stood there and it was just, I don't know, doing something as minimal as anything. I thought that could have been whoever it was. That could have been to someone that was on the up, that wanted that experience. But you're just doing it to say, we had this person there, we tick a box. And that's something about me. I don't want to be someone that's just there to tick your box.
Just a token.
Yeah, I'm not a token of any kind.
And I respect that because listen, it's hard, man, and it's tough because you can imagine ignorance. Like you can already tell. The dialogue, the way I'm speaking to the way you're speaking. Yeah. But it doesn't mean that you come across well spoken. I think I think
true.
we got because when we grew up in the ends or whatnot, when somebody's speaking in a certain maybe accent, slang, and you even using the vocab. You sound white.
You understand? You don't speak black.
You don't speak black. Some people say coon. What else do they say? Posh. But the thing is, sometimes you have to remember that sometimes, one thing, black people are not a monolith. This is one thing we have to understand. Black people are not a monolith. So not every black people thinks and acts the same.
It's true.
If we all thought and acted the same, we'll be a very boring community. The same way with white people. You see, you get a lot of white people. Some will say, oh, that white guy's talking black. What is talking black? Because what I understand is that we were all born in different environments, different areas.
This is it. This
is
true.
Different areas have different upbringings, different ways of life. You understand? If you go to Liverpool, they've got a different accent. 100%. If you go to Essex, and that's not even leaving, that's probably like 30 minutes down the road. They sound different to someone in Kent. They sound different to someone in South London. Even someone to North London. You understand? So it's just a case, the way I see it is that I'm happy that it's a case of you haven't used that to sort of say, I'm giving up. These people don't respect me because it's easy to say, because I'm black. What's the point? I don't want to do this hairstyling thing if people aren't going to respect me because of my skin color. You know what? I don't want to work for TONI&GUY. Let me go make my own black-owned hairstylist. But not knowing that, TONI&GUY is the one that probably he gave you that chance. He saw something in you that other people didn't, and he said, you know what? This is my guy.
And there was and as you said at the time, there was not a few, because obviously there's been for generation there's been loads of people doing their thing, but for me, accessibility wise, there was very few people that I saw doing their thing, let's say in the upper echelon, like I'm talking Sabrina Kidd, Errol Douglas, like loads of people. I always say like the likes of Jodie Taylor's a white guy, but it's like we were just saying. Like, I always look at Jodie Taylor and I think he's got that sauce, He's got that. Because I grew up with the boys where, some of my white friends grew up in Thamesmead playing in the cages, running in and out of everyone's houses, eating a jollof rice out of the pot. That sort of thing. But then I've got family members, cousins that maybe have a different tonality and different twang where they went to private school. It doesn't make them any different. But
doesn't. Now
the game's changed. Like I said, I had those three people, and Jodie, because Jodie's a little bit Essex boy, but he had that something. Sabrina was hot in the industry and working with textured hair. You need to know how to look after a black woman's hair. I understand the nuance of a barbers and stuff, and now we've got all of these people like Abigail Butler, Junior Green, my girl Lucy Draper. The list goes on and on and on.
Come on.
Where it's all accessible, where knowledge is wealth, and people aren't afraid to share the knowledge. And again, that's what I'm a big believer in.
There we go.
Don't be afraid to, wear your colours, wear your badges, wear your straps. You are who you are, at the end of the day.
That's it. Listen, let me tell you, 2 episodes ago, I had an Asian man on that sofa, and he has 4 Caribbean kitchens.
Mad. Yeah.
Some people say, what the hell is an Asian man doing with Caribbean
kitchens? You understand.
There we go. I feel like sometimes we try to gatekeep things that have never been gatekept. Because what? Because a white man can't cook rice and peas. A black man can't cook a roast dinner. Asian man can't cook jollof rice.
I think there's certain things we should gatekeep, and there's certain things we should be proud of.
Yes.
And we should let certain things flourish. I'm a big believer in that.
That's the common, man. But
I think sharing's caring within certain realms, but let it do its thing. And if someone's not doing it well, let's bring them in. Let's educate them. Let's push the boundaries.
That's the thing. Just educate them and let them they'll go out and do it better. You understand? But let's not. Anyways, let's not go dive into that too much. So obviously, we want to talk about TONI&GUY because this is a guy that a man that's invested his time into you, put a lot into you, and believed that you had a lot of potential. Like,
Yeah.
what's your relationship with him? And
So Tony passed away probably, what it was like 2000 and I'm trying to think now. It was a few years back.
oh wow,
Yeah,
R.I.P.
it's a few. Yeah, and Guy himself, he passed away. Would have been the first year I started. I think around about 2008.
Oh, they're two different people.
Yeah, Tony
Oh.
Guy, two brothers, man. Two
I
brothers.
thought it was like Tony Guys in
Yeah,
first
no,
name,
no,
last
first
name.
name, surname. No, but this
Oh,
is
jeez.
it. It was two brothers. Actually, four brothers originated,
wow.
and they followed in their footsteps as their father. But now, like my two mentors would be Tony's daughter, Sasha. She's now the CEO of the company.
Oh wow.
She works, very closely with us. A big supporter. You know, helps me with my collections and stuff. And my mentor, Kosakas, Hall of Famer in the game, anything that needs to know. He's won every award under the sun.
Jeez.
And, I'm lucky enough to work very closely with him on a daily basis. And even at this, grand age, picking up little tips and tricks.
Yeah.
And, he put me on, he's... I probably look at the camera. He's not afraid to call you out when you need to be called out. But, he could be that softer version, that gentle version, and he can guide you. So, yeah, but I was lucky enough Tony himself used to work in Sloane Square.
Okay.
And there was a couple of times I used to, just pop my head in and stuff like that. And I've got some great core memories of him seeing at a big salon expos. He was a Chelsea fan. That was the only downside, but he used to make me laugh. I always remember, I think it was at an event one time, and as a football fan, I grew up loving football. Obviously, I loved Arsenal, but I grew up loving football.
Yeah.
And this was before the money of Chelsea. So I remember Dennis Wise, Ed De Hoya, Petrescu, like Desai,
Yeah.
like all of these people. And we was out at an event, and Tony was like, Desai, I'm gonna get you to meet my friend. I can't do the accent. And his friend was only Roberto Di Matteo.
What?
Yeah, my head was gone, and everyone was laughing and giggling because obviously they don't know how to know about football. Yeah, we're like R.I.P. Tony, and he was one of the real ones, proper businessman, old school, new school, change, and his daughter Sasha is just elevating the company to a different level.
Sick, come on.
Official sponsors of London Fashion Week with a product range, Label.M. There's a lot of stuff, and working with an international artistic team where I get to work with some of the best in the game from all over the world within our team.
Yeah.
And then that spans out. Like it's a lot going on.
That's
yeah.
even moving on to that. Obviously, R.I.P. Tony and Guy. Big up Sasha as well.
Yeah.
It's like, because I remember you told me that you was, because I said to you I wanted to do a bit of content with you, and you were like, you was out in was it London Fashion Week?
Yeah, so you got London Fashion Week, Paris Fashion Week, Milan Fashion Week. Yeah.
Jeez, and you're just helping
so
out all the
doing hair. So when we're London Fashion Week, with the TONI&GUY team, and we do a lot of shows from the likes of the Pesta, just some big shows. Remember Pam Hogg back in the day? We used to do Tiny Temper's brand, What We Wear.
Jeez.
When he had his, he used to head up the hair for that. There's so much stuff, man. And then when we go into the Paris Fashion Week, that's when it becomes a little bit more of my couture stuff. So working with under the tutelage of Guido Palau, and we're at where are we? Prada, Dolce, Dior. Jumped in with Vetements with my boy Jolie Taylor,
Jeez.
and he's out there, and I'm at Vetements, and I'm doing a hair for like Alton Mason. Ronaldo's misses CR7, because Ronaldo to me is R9, but CR7's misses, all of that, and it's sometimes it's full on, and then you come back into the country and you might have a photo shoot here. Like I've just shot my latest collection.
Serious.
Try to go in a different direction, and then obviously delivering education where you can. And then when I also can, I try and get into the salon, because I've still got clients that have been with me from my inception, when I was charging, £5 for a little trim, and this. And my little old ladies that are not in a weird way, they're still trying to set me up with their granddaughters. And I'm doing a little blow dries and stuff. But yeah, there's always something going on. But, variety's the spice of life. And I'm lucky to be able to dip my hands into different things and have people trust everything in me.
And that's a sick, man. Because even this, it's really like, even you talking about it, this shows me that how much you really enjoy it. You love what you do.
Do you know
man.
what I do? Like, I always think, you know, your things, you should work hard, but things necessarily shouldn't be hard work. In the sense where, you know, it stresses you out. Like, the journey should always try and be as enjoyable as possible.
Yep.
And the reason things should be enjoyable is because you're learning a new skill set. You're doing something. You're testing yourself. You're getting yourself out of your comfort zone. So where I've done this, you know, a designer could ask for, I think we had it like a few years back. They wanted all the guys to wear wigs.
Really?
But they didn't want to give a budget for us to go and get nice wigs. And then they said, oh, we want all these sequin tinsel wigs. But they gave us like a cheaper budget. And then we're trying to cut it, little bits are falling off and stuff. But we made it work in the end. And I think that was the time I was like, oh man, this is, like, what am I doing? Like, this is mad. Like, what am I doing? But then, you know, obviously your loved ones are like, you know, if you can make it work and you're going to elevate that person in their inception in this, you know, it'll come back tenfold, you know, all of these sort of things.
Okay.
But I try not to be stressed out. I try and take time for myself. I try and, you know, have my little tidbits and stuff like that. But yeah, I think the journey should always be enjoyable. You can look back and think, okay, we still got a little way to go, but this is how far we've come. You know, it should be in that direction.
100%. I feel like a lot of people don't realize that. Like, people don't enjoy the journey. People just sort of have a aim objective, and they just want to get to that aim objective as fast as possible.
Yeah,
without
realizing too much.
And exactly, and it's like people tend to even like forget the whole thing of, how can I say this? The whole element of development.
Yeah. They want it quick time.
You understand?
And it's not substantial. It's not sustainable. It's not long lasting because that haven't. How do I say this? Like you said, everyone wants something in the short term, and then they don't want to necessarily earn a discipline and a craft to have the foundations to be long standing. And this is it. If I put it this way, you know, the hairdressing realm, it's got different hair textures, hair types, you know, working with a type 1 to a 4C. Hair is hair, you should be able to do all hair.
Yeah.
Then you got colour, you got blow dries, you got extensions, you got weaves, you got sewings, you got this, you got everything, you got barbering aspects, you know, scissor work, everything. I think to say you want to be a certain level, you got to be good at everything.
Of course.
Then you can be excellent in your discipline and stuff. But people only want to be a flash in the pan, you know. I just want to be good at this because that's good. I want to take my pictures for my social and stuff like that, and I never have to learn anything different. And that translates into different things. Where was we the other day? We was watching some of the boys play football.
Yeah.
The other day, you know, a couple of the young guys within our network. You know, some of the kids play for Millwall. You know, Charlton, wherever it is, all of these things, and they're doing things. And I see them grafting. Obviously, the boys are quite clued up. I see them grafting, doing their little, their drills, their footwork and stuff. But then I'm watching other people, other parents, other coaches, and they're like, then they're wondering why the kids aren't making it because you're only focusing the certain drills, certain disciplines, and it's not even. I can understand if it's a weakness, but you got to be good at everything.
You have to
and,
be, man.
It's mad, and people, I think they lose sight of the bigger picture.
Yeah.
They're only here for the short term, and that's the they don't see the whole environment. Yeah.
And I feel that's really the bad thing, because even like you said, if you cut hair, you should be able to cut a range of hair.
Yeah.
You can't. Let's be real. Like, even me going into a Turkish barber when I was younger,
Yeah.
I think there was a day I just needed a quick shape up. And I walked in, said, "Boss, can you do my hair?" And they all looked around.
Just eyes wide.
And you know, and there was one guy said, yeah, I can do it. But I looked at him. I said, no, you can't. That was too fast. And I just walked back out.
Yeah.
But it's one of them ones like, had I just walked in there, the guy said, what you having, boss? Yeah, man, come sit down and da-da-da-da-da. I would have felt a bit more comfortable or whatnot, rather than it came like, it was just like a money grab.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? Well, who's that? Yeah, let's bring him in, man. We can do it.
Yeah.
Just do whatever. And it's one of them ones like you said, don't, what's the words? Don't shorten yourself.
Yeah. Don't sell yourself short, man.
That's it. Don't sell yourself short,
man.
because you have to realize, like you said, this whole hairstyle. When you started talking about wigs, what else? He said,
Man, everything.
but he said
Weeds,
everything.
yeah.
That's what I'm trying to remember because I'm like, bruh, these times I'm only thinking about a level one
Yeah,
haircut,
little fade, little shape,
a little
up,
fade.
yeah, man.
Not knowing that there's so many, and like you said, textures. You have to know that maybe you can't wash this person's hair the same way you wash that
Exactly,
one.
and this is it. Like this is I see, Lisa Farrell. Lisa Farrell, white woman, does her thing, big in the texture game, Hall of Famer when it comes to Afro textured hair. I see, and the irony. I went to primary school with Aminata Kamara.
Oh, big up Aminata, man.
Yeah, and I see
another Sloan.
and I see her when I'm lucky enough. We're doing things, we're doing jobs together, and it's like, man, okay, it's in primary school, And this is that, and I see her doing her courses, her seminars, and she's a big advocate. You don't need to be scared of something, Hair is hair,
Yeah, literally.
And I see the way she's delivering the courses, and me, if whenever I get the time, I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna sit there front and center and just listen to what, because that's it. I love to be a sponge, take in what everyone is. Even though I have the luxury of sitting there and I get to see her work when we're backstage at all these shows, where I'm like, yeah, I want to take in the ambience, I want to see it, feel it, man. So Aminata's doing bits, man.
No,
yeah,
she is,
respect.
man. Come on, man. Big her up, man. Obviously, even now, because people are listening to you, you understand? And now, it's advice to your younger self if you ever met him, or alternatively, people looking up to you. What would you tell them? Let's say they're the sponge now trying to soak up the information from you.
Yeah.
What would you tell them?
Can I give 2 bits?
Of course.
The first one is very generic, and everyone says it, but they don't actually feel it. I would say, always be true to yourself and listen to your gut. Boom. That's that. Because when you do that, 9 times out of 10, when you're feeling something, even if it's nerves, the nerves is still good, because that element of trepidation. You're nervous because you care.
Yeah.
So go into it. It might be a caution. You might go 2 foot in deep, whatever. But just have that little something about you. Mm-hmm. The second point is, I'm trying to get my words right, because usually I'll be swearing to the high heavens. And I was laughing. I was laughing at the boys with this, because we have this running joke about code switching.
Yeah.
So like when I'm with them, when I'm with the family, I'm a little more relaxed and stuff. When I'm, the phone could go off, or the work phone goes off, or I'm in the meeting, I'm a whole different person. That the code switch comes in to be more accessible, or so on people's palate they can digest me better.
Of course, you have to. But
I would just say, I'm just gonna say it how it is. I'm say it how it is. Keep your circle tight. Invest in yourself. Keep your circle tight. If people don't want to elevate with you, they're not for you.
Yeah.
That is it. I've had a long journey with like 30 years of friendships and stuff like that. Some people drop off, some people go, because in this world, so many people are quick to go, that's my best mate, that's my pal, that's my best. No, don't be afraid to say someone's a work colleague, someone's an acquaintance, someone's a friend, someone's a good friend, someone's a friend of a friend. I'm a big believer, and maybe this is my own indiscretions, because I know I'm super shy. It takes a lot for it. My social battery is going to be like depleted. I have to charge it up before I got to run off to down uptown to Chelsea. But protect yourself.
Yep.
Keep your circle small.
Yep.
Invest in yourself, because it may even be your own friend circle. When I say keep your circle small, it may just be you and a loved one, didn't it? It doesn't have to be everyone. You don't have to give away, because as the rungs on the ladder, as you're going up,
yep,
no one's necessarily helping you up.
Exactly.
But if you decide to take a break or have a hiatus, trust me, watch how quickly people are trying to pull you down off the ladder, cut your legs out from underneath you.
Jeez.
Say something, and even, just be very smart about it.
Yeah.
I think, do you know what? And the last point, because I think that's what I would say for me. The last point for the younger generation, social media isn't always everything it's cracked up to be. There's a lot of toxicity with social media.
A lot.
You have to learn how to turn it off, switch it off, and you have to learn how to navigate it. Do things for yourself. Don't do things for other people to gain notoriety. do things for you and watch the right people that want to be a part of your journey will climb out and come towards you. So yeah, for me, my younger self, be true to yourself. Keep certain things tight. Not everyone needs to know your business. And for the younger self, you know, you don't have to, again, sell yourself short. Put every man's business on social media.
Come
you know,
on.
put all of your business on social media. You don't have to do that. You know, there's a certain element of toxicity, and people wonder why certain relationships don't last.
Literally.
Yeah.
Listen, but if we start talking about relationships, we'll be
It's
here
mad,
for...
bro. Yeah.
But obviously, before we round up, who if you had somebody's hair that you could style, and you know somebody you've never done before, you've always wanted to do, who would it be?
Alive or dead?
Yeah.
Do you know what's mad? Because I think I always find, and you know, it's a community sort of feel, whether you're in a hairdresser's or in a barber's.
Yeah.
You end up divulging information you probably shouldn't divulge. You end up laughing and joking. The barber culture, they're playing on the PlayStation, listening to music. You know, back in the day, someone's trying to sell you a DVD, chicken shop across the road. You know, going to hairdressers, they're blow drying. You're telling them all your little everything because you're a counsellor. And they're telling you everything. So God's honest truth, I've heard more stuff from people in the chair. A lot of stuff I shouldn't have heard.
Yeah.
And, you know, you just keep to yourself. But people tend to tell you all of their secrets.
Yeah.
So I would probably, not even for hair or anything, just to see how they would act. And, you know, when they're comfortable, how they let their guard down. I'm talking like people like MJ.
Jeez.
Elvis, you know, that kind of thing, because there's certain clouds over these people.
Yeah.
Question mark. I'm not gonna go as far because I think in I can't say certain names of people that
of course.
chastised now, but you know they're done and dusted. But I would love to pick people's brains as to, like, you know, well, okay, when you did this, like MJ, when you did this, the Pepsi advert and your hair got caught alight, man.
Oh,
what was going through her head?
Yeah, that must have been going. That was crazy.
Obviously, I'll give Tupac a little shape up through here, but I'll be like, you know, everyone questions, I don't know, your sexuality or this or that. You know, talk to me. What's real? Talk to me about Jada.
Trust me.
Yeah, you know, I'd love to ask these questions. You know, and just sit with them for an hour and just, you know, just hear it all. I think if we're talking modern day, I think Tom Hanks.
Jeez.
I love to just talk to him. You know, pick his brain, see what's what. Tom Hanks,
Okay.
Adam Sandler. You know
Adam
that,
Sandler,
yeah,
yeah.
you know those kind of people because they just seem like real ones.
Yeah.
That their head hasn't been affected. I know a lot of people say Jeff Bezos, these sort of people, but I'd love to see the people that are still grounded to a certain extent from what we see. I'd love to do them and just pick their brains. But then I'd love to also pick people's brains and do their hair with those people that got question marks over their head. Just to be like, let me gauge my own perception.
Makes sense.
Yeah, you know? Because you always hear all this stuff. That person's this, that. Let me just spend 1 hour with you. I can gauge my own perception. And then we're good. Yeah.
Jeez. Nah, bro. We need MJ. Wake up. Dexter needs to do your hair, but we need the truth.
Yeah,
Nah,
man. Yeah.
But bro, like, it's been a lit episode, man.
Ah, man, 100%. Thank you so much for having me, man.
Nah, bro, thank you for coming. I don't even know where the time has gone, bro. Like, I don't even know how long it's been, but it feels like we've been here for...
it's true.
It feels like we've only been here for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
That's how it feels, bro.
Yeah.
But it's one of them ones, before we round up, yeah? Obviously, you want to tell the people where they can find you.
Yeah.
And if you got any upcoming projects.
Do you know what? So look out for the latest collection. Hopefully that should be dropping in September.
Come on.
Instagram and all other handles are just my name, Dexter Dapper. So check me out on Insta and the socials, and feel free to slide into the DMs, ask any questions, any follow-ups and stuff like that. And hopefully there might even be a part 2.
Oh, come on, part 3, bro. In fact, part 2. I'm already thinking of part 5. Nah, I'm joking.
I hear that. Do you know what? When I obviously, like I said, I've been a big fan, and tell me if I've got it wrong, but this is something I always say to my students, and I should actually go and get the clip, but something that resonated with me, and forgive me if I said it wrong, I always say to the students, you need to, infiltrate, conquer, revolutionize.
That's it,
And
man.
I always say it to the kids, and I say, you can do anything, even if you think your face doesn't fit or whatever it is. You need to get in. You need to get people on side, show them your skills.
Yep.
then you need to flip the script.
That's it.
Yeah, and yeah.
Alright, guys, listen.
Bro, yeah, man.
Because-
I've been saying it for a long time, man.
Because,
Yeah.
bro, that's like I always say, that's what I go by. Because it's
Yeah.
just like, bro, like, I always say to people, there's more to this life.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, we were born in the UK, yeah. Like, cool. Our parents migrated to the country. But we're born into a land where we're actually seeing people do stuff and we can actually learn of them. Like, why not learn of the people who you feel are oppressing you? And then as you've learned what they can do, you can change the game for the next generation, to the point now that you're in the oppressor's position, and now you can, rather being an oppressor, you could be a helper. You can help.
And that's what we've been talking about the whole episode, whether it's
Literally.
family trauma, different systems or whatever it is. Get to a point where you can get everything that you can, then you can make an informed decision.
There you go.
On what needs to be done next.
Because the last thing I want to hear is, it's the system. The system's against me. This and that. What did you do?
Yeah, what did you do?
You understand?
I don't want to hear anything else. I want to hear what you did first, what you attempted to do, what you tried to do. Then, if you went down every avenue that you had at your possible disposal, you didn't say, okay, come, let's create a unit, let's create a team, let's now work together.
There we go, brother.
If you're resting on your laurels and waiting for someone else to be the commander-in-chief, you'll be waiting for their lifetime.
Trust me. You might as well just go and do your 9 to 5, bro. You know, just go and work for someone. But, brother, Dexter, listen, man. Bro, late episode, man.
No, thank you for having me. Thank you, everyone. Appreciate your time as well, man.
Come on, man. Agbaya Show. Come on, man. We're out. Make sure you like and subscribe.
100%.